Good morning everybody, and a very warm welcome back to the Life's Good. Well, it's the weekend again, and I've got a couple of days free now. No work until Monday. Cheryl's in tonight, so she's going to be taking a few rests today, ready for a night shift. A few things to do today. There's lots happening in the garden. I want to plant out the vegetable seedlings that I've been hardening off this week. I showed you how I was lifting them out of the greenhouse and putting them out into the daylight and the sunshine and getting them used to the weather outside the greenhouse. So they're all about ready to go in the ground now, so I'll be doing that later on. I've got a few other jobs to do. There's lots coming on in the garden. I might take you around and show you some of the flowers we've got in bloom at the moment. We've got quite a few bulbs and a few other flowers are actually in bloom, and everything's looking really lovely at the minute. And we've been so fortunate with the weather. It's been absolutely gorgeous, and I've been so envious of people that are at home at the moment, because I've been working, Cheryl's been working, and we've been really looking forward to a couple of days where we can actually sit out and enjoy the weather and our garden, a little bit of peace and quiet, and of course make a video for you guys. So stick around, watch the video, and I'll be showing you how to plant out the vegetable seedlings and show you around here and let you see what else is happening in our lovely garden. Just quickly before we continue, guys, I just wanted to say a thank you to the Nikama Corporation in China. I had an issue with the microphone I've been using. I purchased it just about a year ago through Amazon, manufactured by Nikama, and I was having a few issues, and it is absolutely paramount to me making videos. If I don't have that microphone, the sound quality is very poor and you guys can't hear me properly, so I rely on that microphone a lot. When I was having issues, I contacted Nikama, and without hesitation they've replaced it free of charge, and I couldn't be more pleased. It's so kind of them. So big thank you to Nikama, spelt that way, guys. Thank you for my replacement microphone. I did promise them a mention in my video next time I get a chance. This arrived in the week. It comes in a little pouch. It's got all the bits and pieces in here. It's got about 20 feet of wiring, so you can be quite a distance from the camera and still be heard clearly. Yeah, I've really enjoyed using mine. As I said, I had a couple of issues. They've replaced it free of charge. So thank you very much, Nikama Corporation in China. Right, guys, I think we need to crack on. It's a gorgeous day. It's getting warmer. I've had to remove my pullover. I'm going to get on now and start transplanting the salad vegetables out into my newly created salad bed. So I'll show you how I go about doing that. Looking at this small salad bed that I've recently created, what I'm going to do is the Lolo Rossa, which I've got here, I'm going to start planting across the back of there. Be a couple of rows, I would imagine, from that tray, and then I've got my spring onions and my radish and some chard here as well, which I also want to put out, and hopefully all of this will go in this plot. So I'll make a start on doing that and show you exactly how I go about sowing those, or rather planting those, in this soil. Well, looking at these Lolo Rossa plants, guys, they're just about at the right time to be planted out. But if I turn these over carefully, you can see they got their roots coming through the bottom here now. So they're starting, they filled these with roots, these little cells. There's 10 in that little section there. I've got, well, there's 40 cells in this particular tray, but not all of them have grown. There's a blank there, for example. There's a couple of blanks over there. So I've got somewhere between 30 or 35 plants to put out. So each one of these now as a little plug. It's just a case of just pushing from underneath, and the little plug comes out. You have to fiddle with it a little bit. Oops, the soil's coming apart. Now this actually demonstrates that I probably didn't compress that soil enough in there for it to come out as a plug. It's broken up, so that when I'm filling the trays I press the soil down with my fingers, and in this case it looks like I could have pressed it a bit firmer. But not to worry, I can still plant less, and I just use my dibber, make a hole, pop this plant in, and then press the soil back around the root base, and it'll be absolutely fine. Well, I'm using a cane again to just give me a rough idea of a straight line across here, guys. I don't want to be planting too close to this back wall. Give the plant chance to fill out a bit. But if I just make a little hole in there with the dibber, I hope you can see that okay, and then that little plant plug that I've just lifted out, I can just drop in there and push the soil back around, and that is absolutely ideal. That's one, and I want to go probably about a handle's width. I'm using this as a gauge or a guide, maybe a bit more. I do want these to fill out, but we will be taking the leaves from the sides of these rather than taking the whole lettuce, although occasionally we might take a whole one. So I want to give them a chance to fill out, and they will become sort of a 6-inch, 8-inch size plant. So somewhere about there, I would imagine, is a good spot to pop another one. So if I can get the plug out, I will. Bear with me, guys, it's been a bit, oops. Again, this one's torn out, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to pop that in there, in the ground, backfill the soil. Now ideally when I take these out of the trays you want them to come out as little plugs, but clearly I haven't firmed the soil enough. Maybe what I should do now is firm them before I pull them out, just to make sure they're okay. This one's came out a bit better, guys. You can see that it's quite a good little plug. It's got a nice little set of roots in here and the plant in top, and again you just make your little hole. It's a bit deep, that one. There we go, and pop it in. It's so easy, quite therapeutic, quite pleasant out here today, sitting out here or standing out here putting in my plants. It's a really nice thing to do after a week's work. It's not only is it, there you go, easy enough, not only is it a bit of exercise, this is, as I said, therapeutic. This is lovely, just here popping these in, and of course we're looking forward to these maturing into lovely full lettuces. They're a bit reluctant to come out sometimes, guys. They get a bit caught in there. These aren't the best of trays, to be perfectly honest. They're quite cheap. It's a little hole there. Put the plant in. There we go. Doesn't take long to plant out a full row. I'm just doing exactly the same with my spring onions. I've got a plug there with about half a dozen spring onions in. Nice little root formation there. I'm just putting that into the dibbed hole and firm the soil around. They'll be absolutely fine. Now these spring onions you can put together, put in here about 4 inches apart. Another little plug there. Look, I can just pop that in that hole there. Easy. Just like that, and I've just planted 4 or 5 lovely spring onions, 4 or 5 inches apart. Another hole, another plug. It's as simple as that, guys. Doesn't take long. Grow your own food. This is so rewarding. We know that in a few weeks' time, a month or so, we're going to have lots of lovely spring onions here, and lettuces, and indeed radishes, chard, spinach, all manner of other wonderful vegetables from our plot. Well, I guess that was a good afternoon's planting out, guys. I've managed to put out everything I wanted to in this small bed. From the back to the front, I've got 3 rows of Lollo Rossa lettuce. I've got a nice row of spring onions, 2 rows of the salad chard, and 2 rows of radish. What I'm thinking is these radishes will be ready quite quickly, so I'm considering actually sowing now directly into the ground another row or 2 of the radishes, and indeed the spring onions, because they do grow quite quickly, and they'll always get used in our kitchen. So if I can, I might squeeze in another row of either of those or both of those in between some of the other produce in this plot. Well, that's me for the day, guys. I've got a lot of other things I want to crack on with. I've got some watering to do. I've got other things to sort out around the garden. But as we go, what I do is I'll take you up to the top garden and let you have a look at those flowers I said we've got flowering around the pond and in that area. So look, whatever you're doing, you take care of yourselves, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that little red button in the corner, and come back and see us soon. So you stay safe, you be happy. Bye bye for now.